let me make one more visit to the comment section, because we've got so many coming in tonight, and so many really good ones. And if you're getting involved, thanks very much. We appreciate it. They're a wee bit all over the place. It's for all three teams. Bear with me.
Everybody's a wee bit all over the place.
Everyone's a bag of washing now. Lee says Hearts bottles crashed. The away form's horrendous, and they've got to go to Celtic, Motherwell, and Hibs. But Scotland the Brave says Celtic are in pole position going into the split. They've got both of them at home. Rangers couldn't beat a Celtic C team. Let's be frank here. Let me have a look.
This is a Celtic C team.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Celtic A team's a Celtic C team. That's the problem.
No. But then, to be fair, he's making the point that Rangers couldn't beat them at Ibrox at 2 attempts. But anyway, I digress. William says, if we want to win trophies, we have to stick with Danny Rowe. Rangers is okay, says Egan Lads. Think we're hitting form at the right time. 8 goals in 2 games, 8 different goal scorers. 3 out of the 4 in the January things look the part. It's never for Hearts this season. John says the title run is going to have a lot more twists and turns. For a start, Rangers are dropping points against more than a decent Falkirk side next week. And a lot of people saying that, Keith, that they fancy Falkirk to take points at home to Rangers next week. And look, could be against them. Absolutely brilliant again yesterday.
You can't say anything with any certainty now.
No.
I think Rangers is okay, makes a decent point. Rangers actually are starting to build a bit of momentum. As Swanee correctly said, they are scoring goals. That's a big help. But they still don't have a striker scoring goals. Now, this brings us back to the start of the conversation. If Nadiri is fit and he's fit enough to start next weekend, it'll be really interesting. I think he'll go the same again. I think Chermiti will be on the bench, and I think Nadiri will get the chance to lead the line and play as effectively as a number 9. I think that might be Rangers' best bet. It's why I said if Rangers are going to win this title, I think they have to drop Chermiti and let Nadiri play that role.
Yeah.
Now, that's him got 1 goal. As I said, we come back to it. If Rangers or Celtic can get a striker who can weigh in with 6 or 7 goals between now and the final game of the season, they might unlock the title. But I still think Hearts have got the firepower in terms of, it is good for Rangers that you've got different guys scoring goals. That's always a healthy sign. But I come back to the fact, if you're going to win a title, you need a reliable goal scorer leading the line. Yeah. And Hearts will get 2 of them.
I wanted to concentrate, Keith, on the title chase for today's show and maybe check in on the rest of the Premiership in tomorrow night's show. We've had a couple of comments asking for your opinion. Kenneth says, will Aberdeen be in the relegation playoff at the end of the season? I tipped this a few weeks ago. I think they look primed to finish in that 11th position. Brutal result for Stephen Robinson back at St Mirren yesterday. Do you think Aberdeen now are the favourites to finish second bottom?
Daniel, the stats are horrendous.
Really bad.
The stats are horrendous, and I believe they managed to get in and out of Paisley yesterday for a game they had to win without getting a single shot and goal. What does that tell you? Even just about, the base levels of desire. They're in a fight, they don't have the stomach for it. I think Aberdeen are in serious trouble. I would back St Mirren and Kilmarnock to overtake them in the post-split fixtures. And yes, I think Aberdeen will find themselves in the playoff position. And then it's a coin cost job.
Yeah.
And we've already seen Aberdeen getting put out of the Scottish Cup, and pretty much dismantled at Dunfermline, weren't they?
I think you called it a few weeks ago, Keith, and it reminds me more and more of that season at Hibs, reeled in and then eventually lost in the playoff to Hamilton Accies.
You just saw them dropping like a stone.
No.
Over the last few weeks of the season, and there is nothing that I'm seeing from that Aberdeen side that suggests the same's not going to happen. For the reason being, mainly that Kilmarnock and St Mirren will fight their way out of this. You fancy them. There are signs. Bad result for Kelly, obviously, at the weekend at Hibs. But they're showing signs, a lot of good signs. They're up for this fight. St Mirren, you can guarantee, are up for the fight.